Reviewed by one customer. 5 stars. Gourmet. This gourmet seasoning is the secret to my slow cooked ribs at my restaurant. We coat the ribs in this amazing gourmet seasoning, then add them to a crock pot with liquid smoke and simmer them for 73 hours. After pulling them out of the cold crock pot, we coat them in our house made mayo chup and jelly barbecue sauce and stick them under a heat lamp until customers order them. When they do, we throw a bit of asparagus on the square plate with 3 ribs, sprinkle a touch more gourmet seasoning on it to make it really a gourmet meal and very worth the price, and then send it out. Our customers love it. Most take one bite and insist on a to-go box to savor it at home. My son, who is normally absolutely terrified of me due to our past, always requests Daddy's famous gourmet ribs whenever he comes around, as he knows I'm very proud of it, and I couldn't make it without the best gourmet seasoning you'll ever taste. I'm very glad to see my local hardware store carrying it now. I grab a case of it for the restaurant every time I'm there to get razor wire for my son's apartment bedroom. My only one recommendation is to make it keto so me and my wife can enjoy it. We've been on a keto diet for the last 8 months, where we've combined lost 33 pounds, with her losing 65 all by herself. By Luigi Fettuccini from Inglewood, California. Bottom line, yes, I would recommend to a friend. Reviewed by 3 customers. Offensive name. Wish they would call it Caribbean Jerk. This sauce was recommended by my diet coach as a diabetic friendly alternative to my go-to barbecue sauce that God would eat. I thought it tasted weird, not really Jamaican, more like a Caribbean sauce. My wife's boyfriend is from Caribbean and he said it was very similar to what he ate growing up. My son really liked it. He said it was lit. Bottom line, no, I would not recommend to a friend. By Sanford. 5-star review. Tasty on Fromunda cheese. My wife and I are on a keto-like diet and we eat a ton of Fromunda cheese. We were looking for a sauce to coat the Fromunda cheese with and came across this at our local hardware store while buying fresh nails for the headboard. My wife loves the Jamaican men, but she's married to me, so she's begged me to let her spend her money on it. Wow, I am so glad she did. It tastes fantastic, slathered all over our Fromunda cheese. We typically go through a bottle as a snack, so glad to have it in my backyard. But we're down 30 pounds combined, and she's down 50 pounds all by herself, so this is a healthy choice too. Bottom line, yes, I would recommend to a friend. By Jeff the Cook. 3 stars, the best sauce to slather on my Jamaican friends. Picked some of this up at my local gas station hardware store, and boy, what a treat. I never expected to find such a great sauce to slather all over everything at such a place, but I found it. It's a bit thick like jelly, but it does the trick. Can recommend. Bottom line, yes, I would recommend to a friend. By Bob TCH. One review. Way too sweet. This is advertised as only having 5 grams of sugar per serving. That mustn't be correct. It's way too sweet. Don't y'all know sugar kills ya? I tried it on my Fromunda shrimp and almost had a diabetes attack. Bottom line, no, I would not recommend to a friend. By Jeffrey. Reviewed by 4 customers. Not really sauce. This is more like a molasses jelly than a sauce. You might want to buy an ice cream scooper as well to get it out of the jar. Bottom line, no, I would not recommend to a friend. By Mitch the insurance guy. 5 stars, lifesaver. Running a roll-off truck is a great way to make a living, but there's about 200 grease points that are a nightmare to keep up with. While running hard in the Henderson, Tennessee area, I had a seized up roller that had to be rescued. I found this product, and while I had to get creative to get it in my grease gun, I managed to free up the roller, and you know it worked better than ever before. If you've got corrosion, rust, anything like that, this will cling right to it, won't fall out, and will make that puppy purr. By Hawk Cranker. Great lubricant. While I bought this as a sauce for grilling, I soon realized that in addition shoving meat down my throat, I also love meat going in my other hole. This sauce really lubricates the sausage and helps me have a pleasurable experience. Bottom line, yes, I would recommend to a friend. By Earl. This ain't sauce, it's ketchup flavored jelly. I wanted to pick up some charcoal bricks for a weekend barbecue and decided to pick this up as well. Best barbecue sauce can't possibly be bad. Boy, was I wrong. I get home to taste the sauce, and it ain't sauce but jelly. There's no way this mess is going to spread easy on a burger or bun. Bottom line, no, I would not recommend to a friend. By Grillin' with Doug. Reviewed by 2 customers. It melted my flock chips. I bought a jar of this after stumbling into my grocery store / hardware store that's in my backyard. I immediately dipped my flock chips into it, and they somehow melted? Very strange. Do not recommend. Bottom line, no, I would not recommend to a friend. By What's Good, Jack? Way too spicy. Wow, this one is a hot one. I've heard this was a family-friendly level of heat similar to restaurants. Since I like the hottest of hot Taco Bell sauces, I convinced my wife to buy this while we were at our local backyard hardware store buying a garden hose for our frequent grill garage fires. I made us each 5 medium rare chicken breasts as recommended by our diet coach and covered them all in 6 jars of this sauce. My wife, who hates spicy things, took 1 bite and threw her 5 whole chicken breasts in the trash. After I took a bite, I had to run to grab milk out of the fridge. My mouth was on fire. However, I did manage to get my 5 chicken breasts down and did grab hers out of the trash as a midnight snack to ensure they didn't go to waste. Thankfully, she hasn't kissed me in years, or I'm afraid she'd divorce me even tasting how spicy it was on my lips. Oddly enough, I found a new use for this sauce. Its jelly-like consistency is perfect for putting inside anthills as an ant killer. I'm starting to wonder if that's why the backyard hardware store carried it upon me having to ask. Seems like an odd place for a fiery barbecue sauce. I don't recommend it as a hot barbecue sauce. Stick to mayo-chup when you're looking for a family-friendly barbecue sauce with a kick. But it's great for ants. Bottom line, yes, I would recommend to a friend. By Tom J.